My name's Honor Janetsky. I help moms to eliminate outbursts and overwhelms with their deep-feeling kids, their strong-willed kids, to create harmony at home. I'm a marriage and family therapist. I've been doing this for a really long time, and I'm so grateful to be here with you to shed some light from my expertise on what I know works for moms and how I help moms in my Awakened Motherhood program. So today, I'm going to share with you a topic, and this is a thing that plenty of smart parents do that actually increases power struggles, that creates, little monsters, kids who push and henpeck and persist and until the point where you either lose your mind or you cave and you change your no to a yes. And for deep feeling kids and strong-willed kids, it is so important that you learn what to do instead so that you don't find yourself losing your sanity and changing your no to yes. And I'll explain why, and I'm going to tell you how to hold your no or how to set a boundary or align with them, because you need to understand what deep feeling kids need, what strong-willed kids need. You need to have your why really clearly spelled out for you so that in those tough moments, you're not actually giving in to what they want and creating a much bigger problem, okay? And this is what parents don't understand. When you give in to your kids' demands or pestering or pressuring, what you can't see in the moment is that down the line, you create a pattern that shows your child that you cannot be trusted. People don't think about that when their kid is 4, when their kid is 7. You may not think about that. Your older child will not know that what you say is what you mean. They will assume that what you say is something different from what you mean. And you don't want that. So right now, just pause, take a moment to tell me in the comments below how old your child is who struggles to accept the limit, who has intense feelings, who has outbursts or meltdowns or overreacts or whatever you want to call it. Tell me how old that child is in the comments so that I can see that, and we'll go from there. So I first just want to start with here's why kids melt down. Here's why they have outbursts. Here's why deep feeling kids overreact. And it's usually not what parents think it is. You may think it's because you haven't been consistent enough. You may think it's because they are stubborn and they don't know how to accept your no. You may think that it's because they're just strong-willed, and so that's how they are, and that's how you were, and maybe that's how their other parent is. Or maybe you think it's because they have a trauma history. Sometimes I've worked with parents who have adopted children, and there's a history there that you can't control. It's in the past. And looking at and analyzing any and all of these things, you can do that forever and ever. Amen. You go to therapy, you can analyze all the reasons why. But this is the only one you really need to know. Your child melts down and has outbursts because they do not feel safe in their bodies in that moment. They're overcome by their feeling. That's all that's relevant. That's all you really need to understand, because that's a fixable problem. Okay? If your child is overwhelmed by what they feel, then we know what they need. Anybody know? You want to say in the comments, what do you think they need? What do they need more of? What do they need to learn how to do? Some of you might say, my child needs to learn how to regulate their emotions. I know that they can't control their feelings or their emotions. Okay, so a kid can learn that if they have this other thing first. What our children need, what we need, everyone needs, in order to be able to move through tough feelings and not be overwhelmed by them or overcome by them, is to feel safe inside of yourself and your body. That's what your child needs. They need to learn how to feel safe inside of themselves, inside of their bodies, so they can feel safe in the family, in the home, and in the world, in school, around their friends, and on and on. If we don't learn it here first, we can't have it out there, okay? Same is true for you. The exact same process works for you. So how do we stop our kids from having everyday outbursts or meltdowns, it starts with you and you going first to show them how it works. You cannot tell them about something they need to embody and expect a great result. You need to embody it yourself. The tools, the skills, the techniques, the strategies, we teach this. I have a whole program designed around this. It's called Embodied Calm. When you embody that safety, that calm, that sort of internal stability, I call it anchoring, and you can anchor for yourself and then for them. Guess what? Without ever talking about it, without ever having to teach them anything or sending them to weekly therapy at $250 a pop for years and years and years, they will get it. They will learn safety in their body. How does that work? They're mirroring you. So when you have a calm breath, nervous system, your energy is clear, you're anchored in, you're relaxed because you do know that you know how to help them. This is where our clients get. This is exactly what we teach our clients. It's not something you can just know that drops into your mind from hearing one live stream. It's not that easy. There's a training and an adjustment and an alignment process with knowing how to hold this in your body. But when you do, then your children will pick it up. They will internalize it. Okay, so deep feeling kids, strong-willed kids, highly sensitive kids need a stronger container than your average kiddo, than the easygoing kids. They need a much stronger container to hold their feelings. Why? Because they're so much bigger. They're so much stronger. They're drowning in all this emotional intensity. So what they need from you is a very strong, firm container. They don't need more discipline, more rules. They even don't need more structure, more consistency, more predictability, more all the things that have you jumping through hoops. What they need is a sense of I'm okay. I know I'm going to be okay. Where do they look for that? Think back when they were 2, when they were 3. Who do they look to when they feel scared in a room full of people? They only look one place. They look straight at your face. They tune into you to see, am I okay? Is it okay? Are we good? And if they didn't get that, and this is no shame on any parents who don't know how to give this to their kids. If you don't know how to give it to your kids, it's because nobody gave it to you. And there's no shame in that, and there's no fault in that, and there's no blame in that. There's just a simple question. Do I want to figure out how to have it now? Do I want to be able to give my kids something I didn't get? And if your heart says yes, then book a call with me and come to do some work with me. We'll either put you in embodied calm or we'll explore if awakened motherhood is right for you. Either one, either way, you'll get the help you need, and it will be second nature to you to give your child that sense of security, stability, safety, and calm. And what's the outcome of that? Not only like respect, cooperation, but joy being around your kids, an enjoyable connection and relationship, being able to have fun, go places, because there's just not that like lingering, impending dark cloud of doom about when the shoe's gonna drop, when they're going to blow up at you, when you know you need to say no, but you're too scared and the anxiety has you gripping right here and you just can't because you know it's gonna turn into a big thing. There's just none of that. When you understand and you have a system that works for setting a boundary and limit that just makes sense, and you have the trust and the buy-in with your child, which is one of the results of doing the work, then there's ease. And then there's a much stronger connection and relationship with your child. I'm keeping these short because I really want you to be able to absorb what I'm saying. You can go back, you can rewind, you can re-listen, really take this in. Really sit with your desire. If that's a yes for you, that you want, you know this is a missing piece for you and you want to explore more, then get on the phone with me, book a call. I'll go over what the steps are with you. I will lay it out with you. No Band-Aid approaches here. This is transformative work that we're doing. It's not for everyone, But if you are really in a place where you know you want to heal your relationship with your child, you want to be able to give them what you didn't have. You want to have harmony in your home. You're sick of the drama, the intensity, and the up and down, and feeling like no matter what you do, it's not producing consistent results. Then get on my calendar. I'm going to drop a call link for you in the comments below. And I probably have 1 or 2 spaces left before closing my calendar for the next week or so. So grab a spot while you can, and tell me in the comments below which part of this are you struggling with the most. Which part do you want more help with? I'm happy to bring more free content for you guys and be here to answer your questions. Okay, lots and lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.